Today, from Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Chicago Bears taking on the Detroit Lions.
Bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win. And that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 41-yard line. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Second and 2. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 20-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And they're going to go with the jet sweep. This is Diggs with it. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now back to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up third down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. And he finds Howard complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up. Looking to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. And that one really pushes him back. A loss of 9. And now it's 3rd and goal after the sack.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense. So the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. O.J. Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So here now the Bears offense for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
When I reviewed last week's game and saw the 4 touchdown passes that he threw, I thought about you during the Turkey Bowl last year.
Yeah,
you guys
right.
had the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
He got touchdowns. I got picks. I like going back watching the film with you, and we thought it was a good performance in person. Obviously was, but you thought even better on tape. It was really something to watch.
Yeah, what I loved was how he spread it around. A lot of people involved in the passing offense. 4 touchdown passes culminated it.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And I like where this offense is going. I like what they're thinking because they want to spread the wealth and move the ball around. And they decide to get the fullback involved in these pass patterns as well. Normally, 2-yard hitch or a little flare out of the backfield. But this time, they sent him downfield. He's able to make a big play.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 24 carries, 131 yards.
Just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone...
And this is caught. Touchdown. Velus Jones, 48 yards. And the Bears respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was Velus Jones who finished things off with a touchdown grab. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
And I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
7-7, our score after one. Lions on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4. They'll set up a throw. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now a stoppage for an injured player. A lot of people holding their breath on this one right now. That's Stephon Diggs, who is shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41. The handoff running left is Penny. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. He'll drop to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On play action, Fields rolling to his right. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Room here to run. The 20. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Raheem Mostert hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears have moved out in front. I thought as that was developing that he might actually keep it, but the right decision, obviously, to hand the football off.
And some teams do a really nice job of taking a little bit longer at the mesh point, meaning where he's going to hand it off or keep it. Sometimes they ride it maybe a step longer than others. That allows him to make the proper decision and have the right person end up with the ball.
And it paid off with a long touchdown run. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. But now this offense comes back out onto the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and the Bears take over. Speedster Raheem Mostert and the rest of this offense out to start the drive. You start prorating these rushing numbers and looking ahead, he could be on pace for a 2,000-yard season. I don't want to jinx him, but what a year to this point.
But you just did.
Sorry?
That's okay. No, he can overcome that.
I'm not apologizing to you.
No.
Okay?
I like your attitude. But you're right. What's got to happen for it to actually occur? Offensive line has continued blocking the way they've been blocking. He has to stay healthy. But also, it's not just the idea that he's going to run the football, but you got to run it against numbers that dictate you throwing the football. Sometimes when you have 6 to block and you only have 5 guys, you've got to block them anyway, and he has to make someone miss as well the rest of the year.
36 yards on the play.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Excellent recognition that none of his receivers were beating coverage and getting open, so he just threw that one away. They'll come back to the huddle, reset, and try something different.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Fields. Touchdown Bears! Chase Claypool from 13 yards out. And the Bears go up by 2 touchdowns. Santos now to add the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was finished off by the Chase Claypool touchdown catch. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Quintez Cephus, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Elliott good with a PAT. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Play action. It's Fields. They'll roll him out right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And they're going to have a first down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20. Off play action. Fields rolling to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
On 2nd and 10, Fields. Right side, Claypool's got it. Touchdown! Chase Claypool with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Now the point after try for Santos. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. That time a 9-play drive. And it was finished off by the Chase Claypool touchdown catch. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Lions going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And this one taken in by Cephas. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll look to throw here on first down. Throw right side caught by O.J. Howard. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they're on the heels of that nice win last week over the Packers. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10. Right at the 30. Starting on the ground with Herbert. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
From the 35 on second down, Fields looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking?
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Rashad Penny, a 21-yard touchdown run. And the Lions take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Elliott good on the extra point, and they're within 7 now at 28-21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. They find some open field here. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Chicago! Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Detroit's offense ready to take over. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. He'll look to throw. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, leap it. He will make the catch. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
You had to figure they'd take a shot downfield on 3rd and long, so the old cliche came into mind right away for me. Who wants it more? You always hear about receivers, you hear about their hands, their moves, their speed. How about the positioning and the desire to go get that one out of the air?
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Back to throw again. They set up the screen to Penny. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. The left side caught by Diggs. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
They're having a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Speedster Raheem Mostert and the rest of this offense out to start the drive. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Fields. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the 1st down. Fields.
Flushed out right. Open man, completes it to Claypool. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Dancing to his left. Man open, here is Jones.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And the Bears are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Here's Fields.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Chase Claypool from 4 yards out as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Back to throw here. He'll find Diggs once more on the completion.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
50 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And Diggs has it. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 29-yard line. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Out to the left there and complete to Howard.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
So 2 sacks for the rookie, definitely making an impact here in year 1.
And in a ton of different ways, because rushing the passer, that was supposed to be a skill that he was developing. Looks to me like he's figured it out already.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here's Swift.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
So a decent deficit at this stage in the 2nd half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Rashad Penny. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Velus Jones now from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's got room. And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 36-yard line. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Man, 216 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. To throw is Fields.
He'll buy some time right. And out of bounds right around the 20. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
The Bears on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4.
And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
On second down, Mostert.
He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7.
Running the counter with Mostert.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
On 4th down, Fields.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Alex Singleton. And the Lions are right back in this football game.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. They'll set up to throw.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Well, this is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Kyler Gordon picks it off, and the Bears are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
I think he thought he had his first read open on that one, but they were obviously ready for that throw, and that's just a lack of experience showing. Young quarterback stared his man down the whole way, and they were more than happy to sit on that route and bring home the INT.
They'll start on the ground with Mostert.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Mostert.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
A handoff running left is Mostert. He'll get this down to the 38.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Now a give to Mostert running right.
And some room to work. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Raheem Mostert, 38 yards. And the Bears are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, partner, I would say the traditionalists not overly excited about that score. They'd like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what you can't argue with is their execution of that play, because it played out exactly as it was drawn up. It almost would have been a shame not to finish with such a well-run play.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you...
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the